Virgo and bell people, the church bells were ringing as I was laying your cards just now, and just to see if you want to stick around. They're really interesting cards, and it's to do with a lot of mental energy and incisive, clear thought. Again, I've just done another reading that's very similar to this for Leo. You might want to look at it, but this time it's coming in to deal with some emotions that are getting the better of you, because at the side, at the core, your interior being is this King of Cups. Now he is a king, and he's very emotionally wise. I do these readings early to avoid the cards, but occasionally they come, I'm afraid. He's very emotionally wise, but he feels so much it can become rather overwhelming. And you know how sometimes we can know a lot and understand a lot for other people, but it doesn't stop our own emotions becoming, if we're very emotionally orientated and understanding, they can become a lot. That's what I feel here. Because, and let me just see when I look at these, yeah. I'm noticing the sort of dull the dull turquoise, and a sort of look of gritting his teeth. Hi, Crow. Don't mind that noise. And crossing that, so that's your interior world, and what you've got coming at you from how that makes you act on the outside is you've got both the king and the queen flanking the magician. So it's as if a lot of your spirit guides are coming to help you, to be honest, and they're trying to give you mental images, or some deep part of you is trying to help you clarify all this emotion. It feels like allies. Look, they're strong allies, and they are all raising a sword of truth. Well, two swords of truth and a wand, but they all want you to take a very clear, logical look at all of these emotions. They want to help you work through them, which is just lovely. What a group of allies. I'm seeing on the king, he's got a sort of ring that's not filled in on his finger. That's interesting, I've not noticed that. And on the queen, her red shoes, that she doesn't look at us. But so we have two figures looking at us, with the magician and the queen. And the queen, sorry, the magician and the King of Swords. The Queen of Swords is sort of looking into the future, encouraging us to look further afield, to get a bigger view onto some situation. At the basis of the reading, clear sight. Clear sight over emotions, and emotions that are the ones that we don't want to deal with, because they might be false, they might be confused, they might be old. No emotion is false, but we can get stuck in an emotional process if we don't feel it very strongly or understand it, or if it comes from a very long time ago, or maybe you're a bit like me and you pick up other people's feelings. This is not a good thing to do. It's a skill. If you have it, it's not that you try to do it, but some people do feel very strongly other people's emotions, and there's a process of learning to not do that, actually, unless you're a therapist or it's your child or it's a very important situation. Just randomly picking up people's feelings is not helpful. It gives them temporary relief, but it doesn't give them the clear action that they need to take, and it burdens you. Now, it's so funny, I'm looking up at this wall in front of me at blocks that I have literally never looked at this before, of confused action, but blocks building up. That's funny. It's as if it's saying you need to cut some clear blocks from this confusion, and you are blocks. You need to block other people's feelings. If that's what's going on for you, you do need to learn how to do that, because it's not helpful really for either. I mean, of course, if somebody's in a absolutely dire situation, your heart goes out to them, but what you need to do is be compassionate, not empathetic. It's strange, I didn't expect the reading to go this way, but perhaps that's who you are. In the basis of the recent past, we've got you refusing to take a cup. We can see you've got the Seven of Cups later on, and we can see because of this confusion that you're in emotionally, I think perhaps you don't trust yourself to take any of these offers. Or maybe, as I was talking about taking on other people's feelings, you are so shut down. There's a feeling I got, this idea of you're feeling very shut down because you take on too much of other people's stuff and you're holding too much emotion and it's getting too much, and therefore when your really good cup comes along, you can't, because you're looking after everyone else's. I mean, this isn't the traditional reading of the card, but it's what's coming to me today. It's as if you're at saturation point. I think that's it. And at the a potential outcome is the judgment, having an epiphany around your emotions, around taking on other people's emotions, suddenly realizing, listening to this incredible trumpet, the sound that makes you get out of your grave, out of this sleep state where you're not really engaging in life because you're shut down like that. Four of Cups, we need you back in life. So that would be lovely if that happens. And in the near future, your energy starts to come back with the Knight of Wands. He's pure libido and drive and sexiness and self-serving. So if you are taking on other people's feelings, we're now getting into a much more selfish, lovely state. I mean, that sounds like a strange thing to say, but I know the relief that comes when you finally are aligned, and that will always mean being helpful to others. Not always. Look, depending on your life path, of course you're always going to be in community. Of course there's going to be something you came here to do, an act of service somehow. You might be a writer, you might be a teacher, you might be a bank manager, you might anything, but you might be really good at money and help people get out of scrapes. You might tell stories that change people's lives. Check out the storytelling reading, I loved it. You might be a teacher, nurturing talents and giving people encouragement. But what I love seeing is this, you selfishly following your path, not getting tangled up with other people's stuff, which then dilutes your mission. In your attitude, you're still there, wanting to look after everyone else and feeling confused. Hi, Pidge. He came straight up to me. One day I might start feeding the pigeons up here, because we could have a few friends, which would be quite fun. Maybe I will do that. I must note to self, buy some seed. The trouble is, the mice like it too, so we don't want to encourage any mice. But maybe if I just had a little pot of it that I didn't leave out. Yeah, sorry, an aside. But isn't that interesting, thinking about feeding everybody else? And actually what I'm doing here is trying to communicate to you. That's a bit like this energy. It's, I mean, look, I love the birds, but I'm getting confused, like this Seven of Cups, by the idea of other people's needs. And that's your attitude still. You are good at loving other people. So you might be confused because you might be saying, yeah, but I'm good at this. I help people, yes. Undoubtedly, if you have that skill, you're a bit of a healer. But what about using it with some boundaries so that the other person is able to sort of help themselves and that you aren't overwhelmed, and then you can help more people? So your attitude still is confused and full of love. Confused about what to do with that love, that caring that you have inside. But your environment is now pushing you, something in your environment is pushing you to getting everything in order. This justice, it's saying, no, we need this to be in right order now. Things need to be balanced. I'm raising my sword of truth, like all these other swords. You can't just keep sopping up everyone else's feelings, and you can't keep drowning in your own emotions. If you're not doing that kind of empathy thing of sopping up others, it's saying, however confused you are about your heart, if it's just your emotions you're dealing with, we need to get this in order now. Yeah, she looks like she means business. She's almost jumping off her seat to me today. That foot, that little white foot, is getting ready to propel her up towards us, as if to say, no, no, enough is enough. And in your hopes and fears, you want more of this. You want more of the Knight of Wands. You want it to go to the King of Wands. You don't want just what's coming up, which is all that energy of the Knight of Wands. You want it to turn into something that's solid and boundaried, like the Kings are, where you selfishly, in the best sense of the word, go after what you want, where you build a life, a king's life for yourself, based on your drives, your energy, your boundaried, self-serving, creative force that will bring goodness to other people, but will be so satisfying for you. I love it. Yeah, that's what you hope and fear for. And I think that's a great aim. and also sort of clarity. If you're not the empathy again person, it might be that you just want to feel free and released from these confused emotions so that you can get into your drive again, so you can feel purposeful. It's such a nice feeling. In my other life, I'm an event organizer, and I've done it for many, many years, and I love it. And it balances my empath part very, very, very well. I love working with other people. I love parties, celebrations. I love why we would celebrate. I love people coming together. I love what things look like. I like good food, all of those things, and fun. But really, I really, really love that moment when I have to be very incisive and King of Wands like in order to get something done. And it relieves me from, I can't look around on site and look at all these people and think, oh, that guy looks like he's got a bit of a sore shin, and oh, they look tired, they better go to bed. I mean, look, of course, if something really bad happens, then I'm very compassionate, but the main drive is to get the job done. And I enjoy not having to worry about everybody else, but instead focusing and pulling all of this energy towards one aim. It's really fun. So, and that's what you're wanting to go towards. And where we see you ending up is working towards putting yourself in the center of your world. You're working towards it. You're putting in the hard work in, which I think is very admirable and is how it needs to happen. So this might be a daily practice. It might be catching yourself at those moments when you feel someone else's pain physically in your body, or you start to walk away murky from a phone conversation because or anxious and it's not your feelings. You need to catch yourself day by day by day and have a salt bath, take it off, metaphorically with incense, call to those lovely 3 guides of clarity that we see in your outside demeanor, and ask for cutting of cords, cutting of emotional cords. That's what this is about. Cutting emotional cords that aren't relevant to you anymore, that you shouldn't be tied to people with. And so you need to work on that, but then we do see you in your wreath of success in the world. So that's wonderful. Let's cap it with, oh, I didn't pull you. Let's just see what comes up. Normally I've been at the moment pulling a native spirit card, oracle card. Let's just see what they've got to say. See if there's something to add. Usually I pull this at the front, but I forgot to because I pre-laid the cards. What did we say you were? Bell. Hearing the bell of Grandfather Sky and Spirit of Earth. That's lovely. They might be your guides. So Spirit of Earth, Grandfather Sky is clarity, isn't it? It's sky as the suit of all these swords. All the swords are pointing into the clear sky where they get rid of those clouds. So it's saying you have got allies from Grandfather Sky, from that place of the intellect of the swords. And Spirit of Earth, to bring something down to earth with your hard work of your Seven of Pentacles, earthing and grounding, because we haven't got much there, but maybe actually Spirit of Earth is talking about our magician, you know, bringing this insight down to life. Yeah, that's what it is, because here he holds up his as above, so below, he's saying. So as above, as the Grandfather Sky, as these swords want to teach us, I'm bringing down to below. It's not quite the interpretation we usually give it, but it's saying, let's take the dreams and bring it into reality. I love that. Thank you to those cards. Right, then we're going to do one from the Enchanted Forest Oracle, just to see if there's anything that adds to that. The Liar. This is the Devil. That's interesting. That's really interesting, and I've got a hit on what that's about. That's really interesting. So he's a naughty guy trying to take you off your path, like other people. Not the people, but their emotions are. Bondage to what is harmful, separation of mind and heart, soullessness, manipulation, addictions. The Liar represents danger, bondage, addiction, a separation of spirit and soul from human dealings. He's a mesmerist who can easily lull victims into believing his lies if they're not on their guard. He knows everything you want, and if one approach doesn't work, he'll quickly try another. You must choose to escape, for he will never let you go of your own accord. Listen, This is saying you've probably got quite a few people. This is saying either your own emotions and your internal foggy voices are actually becoming like lies that you need to separate from, or if you're this person who needs to separate from other people's emotions and carrying them for them, they will keep trying. They're not going to let up that quickly, because it feels good to have someone else take your emotions, and they need you, and they haven't learned to stand on their own 2 feet yet, but you need to stay strong. So this is what this is counseling you. It's basically, that's when you're trying to put yourself in your center of your world. One of the things that might happen is your interior voices and emotions that you're so used to, and other people's emotions, if you're the one that carries them for them, might keep coming back at you to try and keep the status quo as it is. So it's just putting you on guard of that. So don't get dismayed if people don't want to let you go immediately. That's all right. Or your own emotions don't want to transform. You're working on it. That's fine. I left some of the pack there. The 8 of Spells, the Seeker of Boons. Yeah, what we've got here is keep your armor on. Be loyal to yourself. Seeker of Boons. Go looking for this treasure. What's she looking for here? Sorry, they were left in the packs, I feel, in the box. Look for your own truth on your interior journey. Be careful about the messages, the 8 of Owls, all these messages. This is the 8 of Wands. Make sure it's wisdom that you're listening to, and yeah, wisdom again. You've got some guides. This is the Hierophant. Get everything in order. Thank you. I like that little addition. We'll take that. And then one card from the Shining Tribe Tarot. Shining Tribe Tarot. There we go. What was that? The Lovers. Oh, that's so gorgeous. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Is this you? Let's see. Is this you making a proper alliance between yourself and your path, the Lovers? Or what is the little insight we're going to get from this? Desire, acting out of passion, a deep and committed relationship, sexual expression, ecstasy, not just sexual, free sharing with others, trust and commitment. It's talking about this kind of desire, and this kind of desire for yourself, where your libido is unleashed, and it's you're going after what you want. That's what it's talking about. I almost don't need to read too much. So when we see our lovers as either all-powerful or all-needy, or when we see ourselves that way, we betray Aphrodite. The Lovers card reminds us of the full complexity of love. But I think in the context of this story, what it's really saying is you want to go for that kind of sacred sexuality, the libido, the drive that you've had sort of buried under all this emotion, yours and other people's, or yours and maybe other people's, I don't know. We need to kind of get you into your fiery spring-like passion. And what do these have to say? Yeah, I don't think we need to add much more. Yeah, don't be too nice. Be the bitch of the pack. Tell the truth. Give good advice. She's a great friend, this woman. She will give you exactly what you need to hear. She's not going to sugarcoat it, but she will give you advice. She's very clever. That's the energy you need to inhabit now with yourself and other people. Thank you so much. It was really fun. Bye.